You're doing this is Gerone Wright again, and once again you're joining me on my Gerone Wright YouTube channel. Okay, and I have a painting up here, okay, of a very well known artist that actually has ties to art affiliation groups, been president, been elected into the Royal Academic Art Institution in Britain. This guy's work has been hailed as great artwork throughout the art world community. He has affiliations with St. Peter's Square, with the Vatican, with Rome. Okay, and the connection is drawn to me is that his artwork is encrypted with messages which underline the true origins of mankind and the continuation of a cult-like process which calls for the genetic contamination of mankind's genes, originating genes, and the creating of new. And these paintings that he has continue to show. I did a video on him already. This is David Roberts, okay? And this work is with the lithographer Haghe fellow. Hold on. It's Roberts and Haghe. I don't have this guy. Oh, Louis Haghe. Okay, Louis Haghe is a lithographer, and he's actually works with this guy here, David Roberts, Robert Davids, whatever. Backwards, I'm saying it is. But anyway, he's oh no, it's actually David Roberts. Okay, David Roberts. Okay, but anyway, basically what I'm stating is that this guy, I'm going to name off some of the artworks that he did before I go into detailing what is actually here. This guy did paintings, famous paintings, 1829. He did the departure of the Israelites. Okay, he did the Great Staircase, Stafford House, 1832. It's the UK government art collection. He did the interior painting of Seville Cathedral, 1834. A View in Cairo, 1840. The Royal Collection, Windsor Castle. Okay. The Temple of Dendera, 1841. The Gateway to the Great Temple of Baalbek, 1841. Ruins of the Great Temple at Karnak in Upper Egypt, 1845. The Destruction of Jerusalem, 1850. The Church of the Jesuits. View of the Grand Canal, Venice, 1854. Yale Center for British Art, Paul Mellon Collection, New Haven, Connecticut. Edinburgh from the Calton Hill, 1858. The Dognia and the Santa Maria, Venice, 1862. Sheffield Galleries and Museums Trust. Street in Cairo, Royal Holloway Collection, University of London. Pilgrimage to Jerusalem, Royal Holloway Collection, London. This guy has created some very interesting artworks, and I actually have one of his artworks here where it's the Great Sphinx, where I've actually decoded that, and I actually took the his painting and put my twist on it. It's just absolutely amazing that these artists have their encryption styles right here in your face, and you don't see them until they point it out. I know now you see that I have some things drawn over here. Okay, I have them highlighted. Okay, and you can actually see the animals encrypted in the landscape of the forest here, which represents genetic bridging. But it goes beyond that, people. It goes beyond that. You can Google this painting. Okay, and this is I don't forgot the name of the painting. The Holy Tree. The Holy Tree Metereah, and it's actually by David Roberts and lithographer Louis Haghe. Okay, it's amazing. Let's take you to the first encryption that's right there in your face. I have to sneeze, I think. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me. You see this person? Hold on, where's my pens? Oh, here you go. Oh, here you go. You see this person right here wearing red down here? This person is shown retrieving blood and semen. But you said, Jerome, this person is standing in water right here. I can't see it. What are you showing me, Jerome? This person is getting blood and semen. That's what I'm showing you. Where's the blood and semen coming from? He's bailing it from underneath, not from this body of water right here, but he's getting it from underneath the skirt of this woman. You see the full-blown skirt of this woman right here? Look, this is a skirt. Look at that. Her left arm reaching in under her skirt down to her vagina area. You see that? Right there? There's also a fish encrypted in there as well too, but look at the upper torso of the woman right here. This is her breast. This is her left breast, her right breast. And look at her face. I'm at her chin. There's her mouth. There's her nose. There's her eye. There's her forehead. And here's her hair right here, people. Her right arm is reaching into this tree. A full body of a woman right there. Now, keep in mind, this is the Holy Tree Metereah by this guy, this David Roberts character. Now, what is going on here? Well, she's bridged over the ancient tree of life. You can't see it because this is a poor copy, of course, but there's an ape encrypted in this tree here. But up here, there's an arm. This represents a large arm right here. You see this? There's the fingers. And then this finger is pointing upwards. We know that familiar thing with Christianity and in a lot of ancient religious paintings where they're always pointing up. Well, if you notice, this is the forearm, this is the wrist, and there's the fingers, and this finger is pointing upwards, showing you genetic extraction. Here, that arm, this woman's arm is going into that arm. This woman's arm is going into that arm, shown going in there. Her right arm is going into this. But also, she's bridged over. This is the head of a dark figure right here, a reptilian-like being. This is his torso. This is his abdomen, his six-pack area right here. His upper chest built, okay? Almost that of like our ape and an African ancestor, okay? Right there. There's his face. There's the nose, the head. This is the head right here. Okay, it's a poor image, but when you Google the image, you'll see it. This is the chest cavity area, okay, right there. All right, and his arm becomes one, showing you that there's a bridging over ancient genes, which is an encryption of an ape right in there, and the arm is going up, showing you an extraction of genes. Now, let's go over here with this tree. You can't see it, but it's almost like a full flex body of an ape. I'm not of an ape, of a bear, like a grizzly bear, leaning forward with his paws extended out, like if it's about to pounce on something. Like it's about to pounce on something. Here's the head. Here. And here on this right shoulder side, there's an encryption of a reptilian. On this side, in this claw, where these would be the claws of that grizzly sticking out, you know what is there? There's the head of a lion, a tiger, right there. Showing you that there is a genetic manipulation with ancient genes which calls for a change. Look at these images, people, because up in here, there's heads of pigs. Okay, look at these mutations in here. Okay, and down here, where these two beings are shown walking, these two people, you will see that this person is reaching up, and where this grizzly's penis area or so would be right there, you'll see like a stick being pulled down, a limb broken off, a genetic limb being broken off, saying that I got a piece of those, I got a piece of that new genetic that's being created, and they're showing waltzing off together with a piece of that. You see that branched off genetics from the chemistry that's shown that was created here. Up above here, you'll see faces. Look at what I have drawn here. In the landscape, you will see faces leaning forward. Shadowy images, transparent images of genes of animals that contributed genetically to altering mankind from what? His original origins, which is that of his ape and African ancestor. This David Roberts character and this Haghe character, Louis Haghe character, made paintings similar to this globally. This is one of the second paintings that I've actually decoded. And these people are recognized for doing some famous artworks dealing with the Vatican, St. Peter's Square, with royalty. I'm going to read you off of something here here. Let me read some of this stuff too. Shortly before his return to UK, he later reproduced, because there's a queen. Okay, Queen Victoria was his number one subscriber of his artwork. Check this out. Upon Robert's return to Edinburgh in 1840, his fellow artist Robert Scott Launder painted his portrait in 1980. The National Art Gallery of Scotland purchased the portrait. Look at this. The National Gallery of Scotland. Okay, look, and I'm showing you that this man's artwork is encrypted. It's filtrated with this. It's saturated with this stuff. So check this out. The National Gallery of Scotland purchased the portrait. The Scottish Society feted him. I don't know what the hell that means. Feted. I ain't never seen that before. F-E-T-E-D. Feted him. And what? Worship him? I don't know what that means. Feted him. For instance, he was a guest of honor at a dinner on 19th of October 1842, at which Lord Cockburn presided. Oh, okay, so feted, I guess, almost in a sense of worshiping him. They honored him. Okay, they treasured him, I guess, and feted. I'm going to have to look that up afterwards. On his return to Britain, Roberts worked with lithographer Louis Haghe from 1842 to 1849 to produce the lavishly illustrated plates of the sketches in the Holy Land and Sierra. In 1842 to 1849 in Egypt and in Nubia series. He funded the work through advanced subscriptions, which he solicited directly. The scenery and monuments of Egypt and the Holy Lands were fashionable, but him hitherto been hardly touched by British artists. So Roberts quickly accumulated 400 subscription commitments, with Queen Victoria being subscriber number one. Again, here we have the Vatican, the queenships, the kingships, all through my discoveries linking to this stuff. There's hidden knowledge about this stuff here. Okay, this cult-like process, which calls for the genetic altering of people. This man is famous for showing what kind of artworks he produced. This actually, there's the face of a lion, but on the end of it, it looks like the head of a penis in the mat. But anyway, look at this, people. Look at these faces of these animals shown bridged over each other. Look at this, these genetics. But anyway, the scenery monuments, the Holy Land were fashionable, but here's the her complete set is still in royal collection today. So this guy created a complete collection for Queen Victoria, and it's in the royal collection today. This man's works. And all of his paintings, I'm telling you, I've looked at several of them, and most of them are dealing with this. What in the hell, people, do you have this ancient looking tree here? And look at these faces in the background, and this ancient looking tree, and a woman shown with a man extracting something from down below at the base of her skirt. Why are these hidden? And now this is the Holy Tree Metereah. Now, this Metereah word, I don't know if he's calling it, naming it a name of a woman or whatever, but instinctively, through my paranormal experience and encounter, this Metereah tree, I equate the name Metereah with sounding like that of meteor, meaning that through the microorganism chemistry of meteors that landed our world into water, these beings flourished. The founding stones of our genetic being, coming from that of space, through meteorite activity, landing on water, and these beings emerging. And this is what this is all about. In 1851 and again in 1853, Roberts visited Italy Italy, at the center of my discoveries. Painting the Ducal Palace, Venice, brought by Lord Lawsonborough, the interior of the Basilica of St. Peter's, Rome, Christmas Day, 1853, and Rome from the convent of St. Onofrio, presented to the Royal Scottish Academy. His last volume illustrations, Italy Classical, Historical, and Picturesque, was published in 1851. He also executed by command of Queen Victoria a picture of the opening of the Great Exhibition of 1851. In 1839, he was elected and associated hold on. In 1839, he was elected and associated in 1841 a full member of the Royal Academy, and in 1858 he was presented with the freedom of the city of Edinburgh. The last years of his life were occupied with a series of views of London, the themes. He had executed 6 of these and was a work upon a picture of St. Paul's Cathedral. This man that created this painting had ties, very strong ties with kingships and queenships, and also ancient rooted religion, which is that of the Vatican. His works are at St. Peter's Square in the cathedral. And I'm telling you that this guy is linked to an higher knowledge and an art style that calls for his work to be encrypted with everything that I'm showing you here. Why not this man? Why is this woman? Look at this woman leaning forward. Look at this dress, people. This 18 styles dress. Here. Look. And her torso. Her arm coming out and coming down. Look at this, people. And her head turned. This is her right cheek looking to her left cheek, over her left shoulder. Eye, nose, mouth, chin, her head wearing almost like a head garment there. You see that? This is what this is about, and she's leaning forward, leaning into the tree of life. And as she's leaning into the tree of life, there's another being there. And look at the hand being pointed up. And then look at this guy down here withdrawing blood and semen from her. What in the hell is going on, people? Except for what I'm telling you and what I'm stating. These paintings, such paintings, are saturated with these encryptions. You look closely, you see the heads of dinosaurs. You see creatures that calls for mankind's existence. This is an 18th century painting. This guy knew then who we genetically were. Our mainstream scientist doesn't have this information today. But you have the likes of queenships and queenships, ancient rooted royalty, and ancient rooted religion enjoying the higher sense of having this knowledge and the value that comes there out of. Cancers that people are dying with can be cured behind having this knowledge. Other diseases and plagues that people are having, which was caused in part by these genetic manipulations and contaminations of creating these new genes, can be cured if this information was known. People, you worship these people. You worship kingships and queenships. You worship this ancient rooted religion. What in the hell? When are you going to wake up? You were born with an instinctive knowledge to know everything that I'm describing to you right here. You have to wake up and start to begin to use it. Look in the scenery here, people. Look. The nose area. Look at this cow-like creature. Nose. Look at the mouth right there. Look. Look. I can almost take my pencil over it. I'm at the mouth. Okay, I almost got it. Hold on. Let me give this thing an open mouth here without screwing this up. There's the open mouth. Do you see that? This is the bottom chin area. Here's the eye. I'm drawing it off to the side, people. This is very awkward. The eye of that thing. Look at that. Now let me come down over the head. I'm going. You see this, people? Look at this. And I actually closed the mouth because it's actually open more than that. And that's the open like nostril. You see this? Look at this, people. Look at these creatures. Do you see what the hell is happening here? Look at this, people. In your face. Look at this. Like a duck-billed dinosaur-like creature, the horse-like face. Look at that. Looking down that way. Look at these creatures. Going off in both directions. Drawn in your face. Showing you a genetic contamination of not just mankind's being, but the animals that was actually utilized in doing so. A change across the board genetically of living beings. Looks like a damn cartoon, don't it? But reality, all of this is true. Look at these paintings for what they are. Go back and look at your religious paintings. Look at this stuff. And look at the connection of how the bodies run together. This guy's style here. Look at this guy's style. Look, as I'm showing you, you can see the bodies now. Look, this woman's body right here in her full skirt right there. She stands out of you. There's no denying that. So now you have to look at the other bodies that are in here. Look, like a person leaning forward in a giant stance, leaning outwards this way, and showing you the mutations, the blood and the contamination of these creatures which were utilized to genetically alter. And then this guy's reaching down close to where the penis area would be of this beast, this cross between a man and a bear, leaning forward, reaching out with these lion's genes and these reptilian genes. And this guy's walking off with his stick or cane, showing that he's taking an extraction of those genetics with him. So the cauldron-like chemistry here, this is no different than a witch's cauldron kettle being here, and look, a brew being made, and they're showing you a concoction being made, and now this person is showing you, look, I'm taking a piece with me. So he's contaminated and showing you that his woman companion is contaminated as well. Kingships and queenships. And you can tell that by their clothing, the clothing that they wear, that they're royalty. People, my name is Gerone Wright, and I will continue to shove these images down your throat until you get it. Look at this for what it is. An ancient tree, described by this David Roberts character as the Holy Tree Metereah. I'm telling you that is through my strong conviction and belief that Metereah, even if he's describing it as a woman's name, that he's trying to say the holy tree or the holy seed from a meteor, which landed our world and landed our waters in the forms of seeds. Showing you how extractions, genetic extractions, how life evolved, how we were created, and how life evolved from that. And through this evolution, there's a process, a cyclination, where every 400 years there can be changes made. So paintings like this signify or commemorate those moments in time when these major genetic changes took place, these monumental changes took place, where genetics were dramatically altered So these records were created. And if you look at them, people, and look at these images, you know those cryptic puzzles where you see images and they say find the image, find the egg, find the dog, find the cat, find this, find that. That kind of rhymed. I like that. If you start looking, you will seek and you will find. The only thing about it is, since you are totally unaware of what this is meaning, you don't know how to read it. But you can look into the image, and just like I showed you here, this full body of a woman. A full body of a woman. You know? And by the way, people, this violates the code of these encryptions, with these artists and their encryption styles. Because they don't put the full body there. And in fact, you know what? You know what? He didn't. This doesn't violate. This does not violate. Because I see what he done. I thought he violated the code because actually I see the head of a pig in her upper torso. And then here is a shark creature coming from out of the water. So he didn't violate it. He made it look like clothing. But it's also the head of a pig here, which is consistent with my other discoveries. And there's a body of a fish showing emerging from the water. And then there's the head of a woman. So he did not violate. There's not a full body there. So I take that back. He gave the presence of her full body. This is not her skirt. This is the body of a fish, which we actually emerged from out of water. There's the head of a pig, which came in that process. And if you think that that's sounding stupid to you right now, and it's sounding like it can't be, well, people, the woman, the female is associated with the pig. Think about it. Think through all the ancient history. The female is associated with the pig. Now, then on top of that, think about how the pig's heart is almost identical to that of our human beings. And here you have an 18th century artist showing you that. And it's not just here. It's Rembrandt. It's Michelangelo. It's Da Vinci. It's all of them that have this knowledge where all of this appears. And then you got the other holy images with the sheep, with the rams, and all of this stuff. People, this stuff is all included and encrypted in the artwork. Tells you who you are. This is why you're fascinated, and this is why you're attracted to this artwork. This is the value of why these paintings are worth so much money, as opposed to your child or your friend or yourself making a random painting. Your artwork could be phenomenal, but the value of it would never rise to this level unless you had this knowledge to encrypt your artwork with. There's a barrier for you because you don't have this knowledge. You have this knowledge, your paintings automatically go into the millions, the 4 millions, the 5 millions, the 6 million. You see this face? Look at this ape. There's the ape's mouth. There's the top chin. There's the ape's nostril. There's the ape's eye. The ape is looking this way. Look. You see that right there? I'm going all over. Look at the face. Look how the artist captures disconnecting the colors right there, so he can create that the the monkey. Where's that? Where's my pictures at for that? I might have it. Yeah, I should have it here. Hold on, people. I'll be right there. I'm gonna close this video. Be right there, people. Now, did I lose my monkey? You see that picture, right? You see the mouth around the monkey right there? You see the nose, see the eyes, see the forehead? I'm going to show you. I like making the comparables. I gotta put this down there. What it's showing you is the two-tone section of right here. The break between the hair and the skin. The monkey face, you see how the monkey face is there? The break between the hair and the skin, which highlights the face. That is what is right. And I lost it. Now that I've turned into another face. Now that I lost it. Oh, here it is here. Oh, yeah. Here it is right here. There's the break right there. There's the other face right behind it. The mother of creation like face, the chin, the mouth, the eye. You see that? Look at this, people, these multi-dimensional. But here's the ape's face. This will be the ape's hair up in here. I'm coming in from this side. But this is the monkey's face right there. And look at her reaching in. What do you think that's stating? You see this guy right here coming up? I'm telling you that this guy here shown coming up from the water right here. I'm telling you that that guy is signifying this guy. This is an image of the great white. I'm telling you that these people had knowledge, knowing that from the oceanic properties of our world, you can even see an eye there, came these creatures. From these creatures, they evolved onto land, and we became these creatures. Even our ancient dinosaurs, they never became extinct because genetically they became us. These creatures all genetically contributed to the likenesses of who we are. And this is why, people, you see these faces, these human bodies in unison with these encryptions right here. Because people that created artwork like this knew the grail, the holy genetic grail to who we genetically were and who we are and what we are still to become. My name is Gerone Wright. I'm out of here. Like my video.